Okay, since universal basic income seems to have grown in popularity and seems more prominent of an idea for solving problems in society, I'm going to discuss why I disagree with UBI. It seems to me like another one of these fantastical ideas that people have with very simplistic solution to lots of extremely complex problems in society. Andrew Yang has built himself quite a name in the UBI space, but I mean, personally, I don't like the guy. I think he's a bit of a grifter, and yeah, he's kind of misleading people just to sell books and make a podcast or whatever. But either way, he makes it out to seem like it's this great idea, but he leaves out a lot of the downsides and things that make problems with UBI. Supporters of UBI make claims like it's super efficient and it doesn't waste money because it just streamlines the process and you just hand out checks and it's simple. I'm calling bullshit though. Look at the chart. The last three bars, you can see that 30% of U.S. households make over $100,000 per year. I mean, by definition, the top 50% of the benefits go to the top half of America. That is a ton of government waste. And we would also see very inflated prices in certain industries. Like, take, for example, the costs of education. We've already seen what happens when you give 18, 19, 20-year-old kids unlimited access to money with student loans. And what do people think is going to happen when you give them $1,000 a month in addition? Colleges, universities are just going to soak up all of that money in any way that they can. Some of the absolute poorest people in society can actually fall through the cracks of a UBI system. Take in 2020 when they were trying to hand out stimulus checks to people, there were thousands of homeless people that the government actually had trouble finding. They had to track these people down with no bank accounts, no addresses, no internet, no phones in order to give them their checks. So these are the people that need it the most. Some people are mentally ill or mentally disabled. We need safety nets targeted towards children. Some people are just not capable of making decisions for themselves when you just write them a check. Do you really think giving drug addicts in society an allowance every week or every month is going to help them solve their problems efficiently? Reality is no, it can actually make them worse. The narrative that there's a necessity for universal basic income is also based on the idea of automation putting people out of work, which has never happened, nor is there any evidence of happening in the future. We see unemployment go down, jobs get displaced, they don't disappear. But if you, like, $1,000 a month can't even house you. If you have $100,000 in medical bills, how is that pay for cancer and chemo? That's not covering anything. Some people reference experiments that are done, which, I support doing. We should continue to try to structure them differently, but a lot of them are very poor at trying to give us real world data because there's very fundamental problems. Like when you offer somebody $1,000 a month for the next 12 or 18 or 24 months versus the rest of their life, these are two very different scenarios. These two people may respond very differently in those two different scenarios. So that's problematic. So basically what I'm saying is that if I were going to budget a few $1 trillion in social spending across the country in the US, I wouldn't make a UBI, make the safety net. I would make a list of very much more targeted programs that are going to catch all these people in different situations and give help where it is needed.